it. What's going on? It's your host, Matty Gills.
What's going on, fellas? Vert Vango.
And it's election day. Let's just jump right into it, man.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
After the past 2 weeks, been taking the Pound Town. I've been taking the Pound Town like big time by Moose, and last week by George. That win from George was huge for him. He like he didn't he didn't even take my name or nothing. He was like, "Yo, screw your team, 150 points," and I scored like 90. It was I did not enjoy that at all. It was abuse. Um, Ended up being even for the record, 4-4, and for himself, he that win was huge for him. Um, yeah, that was the biggest matchup from last week that really shook things up. But we'll hop into this week where um I played my opponent Kevin, and man, honestly, going into Monday night, I was like, oh man, I had this. But then they went into overtime. I was really nervous because I just been on the bad side of these things more than on the good side. But I was able to take the win, a much needed win, to go to 5-4. It was a sweaty match. I had some big performances from Bijan, um, Chase Brown, Jaden Reed, and my other guys just produce, except for Worthy, given -1 point. Um, Cavs team, Patrick Mahomes, almost 25 points. Rico Dotto with 21. Um, and Mooney led the crew for him. No, Lamb got hurt last week. So,
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, man. How do you feel about Cavs team? He's currently 3-6. Let me see. Yeah, he's currently 3-6. You just said Lamb got banged up, but also on the other side of things, Dak Prescott's on the IR.
yeah, they put him in the IR.
Yeah, he's on IR
Oh,
today.
that sucks. That sucks. Got Cooper Rush. He's a stud, that guy. The Cavs team, I know a couple weeks ago we had a guest tell him that the Magic Copper ride's over. And Kev, like if you're not gonna give him a good deal that makes him happy, he's gonna go down with the ship. That's what he likes. He goes down with the ship. I knocked on his door today for a trade. It wasn't outlandish because I understood where he was coming from, and I was like, all right, cool. Um, this team as it stands, I mean, it's hard to be happy with his roster, man. Darnell Mooney's been a stud. Kyron Williams has been a stud. Pat Mahomes, other than this past week, he has been straight garbage. Rico Dotto just had a good week this week. Can they be consistent and Lamb being hurt? If Lamb doesn't play this week, yo, who's he starting? That's what I'm saying. Like I got
Kev?
yeah, like I got lucky this past week because he didn't have George Kittle the bye week. That saved me because Komet had 0 points, and I'm just being real. You know what I mean? Would my team have won? I don't know. I have no idea. But once I seen Kittle out that roster, I'm like, yo, thank goodness I don't have to go against Kittle, man. So it helped me get the W. But yeah, like Tank Bigsby sharing the low with ETN, like that's not an ideal situation. But I won't discount the fact that Kevin's a good manager though. So he's gonna be
Yes,
dependent
sir.
on his managing
He'll do his
ability.
things. He got some fat bucks. He'll be spending tonight, I believe.
Yeah, he definitely spun tonight because with the situation that he's in, like if you want to win, you're gonna have to spend some bucks, and I think he's gonna be spending bucks. So, Vic, who'd you play this week? Oh, you had the Monday Night Thriller.
Yeah, I had a Monday night thriller. I had I had I played against King Dingaling. He's on top of the league. Steve. I snapped his 6 game winning streak, but it was a it was a roller coaster matchup. I thought it was done. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna pretend like I felt like I had I went into Monday night thinking I had no chance. 48 points. I did feel like Kareem Hunt was gonna show up, but I had no faith in D Hop. But I felt D Hop was the best option on my team and what was available in the waiver to start. So I rolled the dice and shit came down to the last drive.
Yeah.
Last drive won by 2 points. I think I was talking actually Matt on text, and I told Matt, I'm like, yo, I need this game to go to overtime. And once it went into overtime, I felt good. I felt real good once it went into overtime. Um, what is it? The Bucks scored. I was like, let's get it. And then Chiefs got the ball. Quick pass to D Hop for almost 20 yards. And then Hunt caught a pass. Hunt had a big run. And then in my head, I'm like, yo, a TD from D Hop or Hunt, I'm good. And then it was like Kelsey got stopped at the 1 yard line. I'm like, it's a wrap. And boom, a much needed win. Much needed win because I got injuries and buys next week to deal with. So instead of going 2 games under 500, I'm I'm over. I'm at 500 in the playoff hunt, in the playoff race right now. So I feel good. I feel good. And the league got to thank me. I just snapped Steve's 6 game winning streak.
Yeah.
People like Moose, Stevie, they got to thank me because now they have a chance for for first place.
Yeah, man. And we'll talk about it later, but that may put him in a bad spot. Um,
Cool.
I know I've been calling Steve's team fake. I'm gonna take those words back. I'm not gonna call his team fake. I think his team has proved that it's a good team, but I know he has a couple challenges coming up, and we'll see how that plays out for him.
Yeah, it looks like he lost Olave again to a concussion. He might be
Yeah,
done for like a little bit now.
yeah.
Um,
But he does have some solid pieces on his team. He does. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Between Barkley, Pollard, Trey McBride, that's a good um three man roster, and then even adding Jaden Daniels, who's been a beast all year. I think he's really in a good spot. But he's gonna be challenged, definitely for sure, especially this week coming, and not getting a win to secure himself like in the playoff spot. Because once you get 8 wins, that really secures your spot. But it's gonna be very very interesting to say the least. Um, this next matchup we're going over is Monty and Fletcher. Monty's he's back, 154 points this week. Um, Yo, did you see how Jackson Smith Najigba played? Yo, this dude balled out. I was watching that game at my house, and I'm like, yo, this dude just went bonkers. He had 40 points. And
Hmm.
shout out to Monty picking up Tillman. Tillman was it was a free agency pickup. Waivers cleared, and Monty picked him
Yeah.
up. He picked him up for free, and he's been given wide receiver one numbers these past couple weeks. Shout out to Monty on that. Tank Dell scoring 20 points. Um, Unfortunate Dak Prescott gets put on IR. I mean, but like,
Did you talk about the Chargers D?
no, I
21
did
points.
not. 21 points. That's
21 points for the Chargers D. And now I had the Chargers D last week. They gave me a solid outing. And then I was debating and keeping them and starting them again because they got a good matchup again next week. But I felt like the Browns. I felt like from last week the Browns had a hot start with Jameis Winston. So I'm like, Jameis Winston and them, they're gonna might be a low key shootout, back and forth game. And boy, was I wrong. Now
yeah,
I'm regretting it.
dude. That defense has been spectacular to say the least. Then you have Fletch. I mean, I looked at Jacobs and Mixon. I was like, oh, he has a solid squad. Like, I didn't look at the scores. I usually look at the scores at halftime of the first game, and then at the end of the first games, I look at it again, and then I won't look at it again till halftime of the next 4 o'clock games. And I was looking, I was like, I'm watching the games. Oh man, you know what? Oh, who has these guys? Like, okay. And then I looked at Fletcher's score. I'm like, you only scored 102 points. I'm like, well, that doesn't even make sense. Then I realized he started Goff. And he didn't start Eckler. I'm like, because I have Love, right? So I benched Love because I saw how bad the weather was. And like, I don't dig that unless it's like a true stud. But like quarterbacks, rainy, wet ball, whatever. And then Eckler, I mean, Brian Robinson didn't play, bro. Why wouldn't you start Eckler? I mean, he doesn't get the win regardless, but like, I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man.
It looks like he started
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Yeah,
And
Keenan Allen.
I wouldn't.
Well, Matt, fun fact: ever since Fletcher made his trades, his trading spree a few weeks ago, he's lost 3 straight.
No, he hasn't. No,
Yeah,
he
he's
hasn't.
currently at 3 straight losses.
2 straight loss. Oh, he. But I will say, last week he went against Moose, and Moose dropped 180.
Yeah.
But that sucks. That sucks. But Fletch, you're 3-6. Right now, you're 10th place. You're in the mix. Let's just
Yeah,
say that.
shit. Yeah, shit changes, man.
Yeah, very
Week to
quickly.
week.
Once someone gets hurt, it's a different thing. And did you notice that the most guys that have been getting hurt are wide receivers and not running backs?
It's every week. Every
Always
week it's a
something new.
receiver.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird to me. Because everyone's like, oh, you know what? Let me draft the wide receiver
Yo,
because running backs be getting
my
hurt.
wide receiver got hurt in a stupid celebration. Drake London got hurt in that handstand celebration, man. Landed on his hip.
Wow.
I know we just talked about Moose. Let's go into Moose's matchup, man. Man, he's right now the hottest.
Yo, Vic, hold on, because I feel like we have to do this, and I don't even want to do this, but
What's the round of applause for?
that's for you, Moose. 180 points these past week, like
That's average the past 2 weeks. 180.
Ever since that this guy came on a bye week, this guy's been going off. The running back that he traded for
A-Chain.
A-Chain. So look, I'm gonna look at my little fact sheet here. Hold on. So week 7, Moose has scores 150. Week 8, he scored 170, 180. Week 9, he scored 188. And it's unfortunate because the team, it's not like the teams that he played scored low points. They scored this. He beat Janelson. Janelson dropped 154. Other than Monty, he's beating everybody.
Yo,
on the week.
Speaking of that, I was recapping the scores Sunday, and Janelson had a pretty nice lead. It was like 140 something to I forgot what Moose had, but it was a pretty decent lead that Janelson had. I'm like, oh, Janelson got this. Then I looked at the projected scores, the updated projected scores, and it had Moose at 190. I'm like, what the fuck, 190? And then I checked, he had some of his big guns that didn't play yet. I was like, holy shit. All this point Janelson's dropping, and he's still projected to lose. Moose was projected to drop like 190 something. And he got 188. I was like, whoa.
Dude, crazy. And the crazy part of it all is this goes to his managing skills, right? I don't know if he plotted this or it was just sheer luck. Dude trades Brock Bowers for J.K. Dobbins, right? Then he lands on this pot of gold of K. Dotton with his situation of Godwin getting hurt Evans getting hurt, and then this guy's been going off for like however many weeks. It's like I I don't know.
You forgot he landed J.K. Dobbins, and then he. Oh wait, he kept J.K. Dobbins. I was
Yo,
about to say he packaged him.
he traded Brock Bowers for Jake Dobbins, for J.K.
Then he
Dobbins.
traded what's his name? Jones, not Jones, Jacobs.
Yeah, like because he had A Chain. Now A Chain is just like he's catching the balls, he's running it. Like I don't even know, man. This is and like yo, and I was looking at this the other day too. Lamar Jackson throws six. He throws 16. The guy catches 16 balls. He throws a ball 19 times, 16 completions. Right, it still ends up with like 23 points because he has 3 touchdowns and 280 yards. Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense.
I mean, on the flip side, let's yo, this Janelson stack is just ridiculous.
What does Burrow and Chase stack?
It's just ridiculous points on the board.
And say Flowers too. Wow.
Flowers been hot. Flowers been hot. I mean, something I feel is boom or bust. But one thing I want to touch on is, when he landed this trade, I'm not the biggest James. I'm biased. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm biased. I'm not the biggest James Conner fan. I feel like he's always hurt or something's wrong with him. He's been consistently good.
Yes.
Consistently dropping points. It's not to say he hasn't been consistently good past years. It's just past years he'll have a solid month or two and then boom, done for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Or boom in an IR. He'll land an IR in the worst possible time a manager can imagine he'll land an IR the past few seasons. So that's what I mean about why I'm not the biggest fan of Conner. But he's been Janoson got him in the trade and he's been producing for Janoson.
Yeah. And also, I'll take this opportunity to make a shameless plug, and maybe you guys will think about it in the off season. Yo, the cheat code is the median league score, beating the median league score. So if we had the median league score in our league, so technically Ja would lose against Moose, but Ja would get a majority win against everybody else. So instead of him being 0-1, he'd beat everybody else. So he'll be 11-1 for the week. It'll go total with your score. So research it, guys. Let me know what you think. League median score. Actually, George brought it up to me last week. I threw it into the vote this past week, but really didn't talk about it much because it's brand new. People have to smell it, taste it, dive in it to make sure they understand it. And we didn't have enough time to go over it. But anywho, our next matchup is Stone Cold Steve Austin beating George.
Oh man, George went from
upset of the week,
the highest of highs last week, beating UMatt by a nice margin, and then getting handled by Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold handled him, man. Like he actually had the win right after that the Rams played. They went into overtime. Gino threw a ball a couple times, and then it got him over the hump. And then he had Downs and Michael Pittman getting him the secure the victory fully. So good job for you, KT. You're not dead yet. You're not. You have 7 losses, but you're not done yet, bro. Keep fighting, pushing, and put your best foot forward. Man, and George, unfortunately, with that low score of 96, you have been eliminated from the survival pool. Sorry.
So, Matt, did you touch on who got eliminated last week?
Not yet, but I will.
We'll touch base on that
right after we go after our last matchup, which is Stevie versus.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back to this last matchup.
Sorry.
I feel like we're at a lot of things can change. So this is for KT. You're 2-7. You're not out of the playoffs. I seen you make a comment that you want to be spoiler. I don't think you should look at it as being spoiler. You can legit still make the playoffs. I think like what the last seed in the playoff is 5-4.
Yes.
That's 3 games away. Obviously you're gonna need help, but if you just handle your shit, get W's, you can squeeze right in.
Look, actually, four, the last four seeds are 5-4. So the fourth seed is 5-4. The fifth seed is 5-4. The sixth seed is 5-4. The seventh seed is 5-4. Like seventh, you don't make playoffs, but
Somebody gotta
you get it.
lose.
Somebody
Somebody
has
gotta
to
lose.
lose,
Somebody,
and
somebody
then
has to lose.
and if you go up another tier, right, you have Stevie that's 6-3, Moose that's 6-3, and then obviously Steve that's 7-2. A lot of things can change. We have bye weeks coming up. People have to start and sit, take risks, make some surprise cuts. Everybody's not balling right now. The highest money total right now is um, Kalu with $29, and followed by George with 27. So money's dwindling down. People becoming more broke. So things can change in an instant. You got a couple people that are on losing streaks. So, dude, everything could change, man. All you got to do is handle your business, make the moves that you need to make, and don't be a spoiler till you have to be a spoiler. You ain't a spoiler right now. You're still in the thick of it, man. You got to make the right choices.
Oh man, fuck around, you won't. Somebody else will sign the toilet.
Yeah, man. Yo, dude, just what I would do is uh, go hardcore with the resources that you use. Mainly, like try to focus on like a Tuesday and a Thursday. Maybe dabble in on a Friday because you'll know who's healthy and who's not playing. You gauge it out a little bit, and you'll be all right. That's my advice for the day for you. Um, so the last matchup we have is Stevie and Kalu, and I think well, Stevie got the win, but I think Steve is going through some adversity right now. I think he's stressed out. You know why I think he's stressed out, Vic? Because last week he had Diggs and he tore his ACL.
Oof.
So his strong roster kind of looks shaky. He had to start Wicks this week, and Wicks gave him a solid 0. And if you look at the rest of his bench, because he doesn't have Lazard anymore because he's on IR. If you look at his bench, all I see is IR out, IR out. You know what I mean? So it's like he's probably going to make some moves, but he doesn't have the money to make the moves. So his team is basically built on wherever Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara goes and Hurts goes is where his team goes. Unless the key ingredient to all this is Tyreek Hill waking up out of his slumber, unless he makes a trade to fill out some holes. But he did end up with the victory, so he still got
Tyreek Hill.
time, and he's still putting up points. He has enough points where he can maintain himself. But what are your thoughts on Steve's team?
Let me pull it up.
And I thought Kalu was gonna had the potential of making it a surprise battle on Monday night too, because he had Travis Kelsey. Um, Dude had 24 points. And unfortunately, he had AJ Brown get hurt during the game also against Jacksonville. He's day to day.
Um, I don't like Steve's depth. Stevie's depth, but Stevie has shown in the past he ain't afraid to shake shit up. Um, what I do like about Steve's team that I feel like will give him a chance to contend. He's a contender.
Hmm.
Is Jalen Hurts, Henry, and Kamara.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill, I feel he's gonna get his. It's only a matter of time. But just that every week Like Jalen Hurts is automatic 20 plus almost every week, man. And then you got Derrick Henry, just like what you think is a slow week.
Yeah,
You go in the third quarter, you only got 8 points. Boom, 80-yard run, 80-yard run to the house. Now all of a sudden he has 24 points, 26 points.
he doesn't look fast, man. But once he picks up that steam,
It's like when you get near him, you're a DB or a CB that have the speed to catch up to him. He just stiff arms you or just get run over.
for real.
But on the flip side of things, Kalu 3-6. Kalu's not much of a mover.
He sticks with
Um,
what he has,
I
but
do
he does.
see.
He's making moves tonight. He got the most money right now.
I do feel like for the past month, Kalu's been very, very unhappy with his quarterback situation.
Very.
I see on his team, yeah, he has three QBs on his roster:
Mm-hmm.
Drake May, Tua, and Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's besides that. Kalu got to look at his team. It's beside the whole QB situation. He's 3-6. He has some nice pieces. I
You think?
do feel though. I do feel depending on what happens to AJ Brown, it may be he might have to put on his manager cap on. If AJ Brown's out this week, 'cause I don't think he can afford to lose another week.
It's looking like that. You think he makes a move this week? Do you think he makes a trade?
He's not much of a trader. I think you're right. Like he's gonna sink with his ship, sink with his boys.
I agree. When I talked to him earlier this season, he's like, "I like my team." I was like, "Okay."
Maybe still his bet. I mean, I do think he's gonna be active in the wire.
Oh yeah, he's definitely spending
Oh man, my bad. He has four QBs on his team.
4.
He has C.J. Stroud, Tua, Stafford, and Drake May.
Well, I think
And
he's
then he has McLaughlin, the running back, Brian Robinson, and Pickens. At least he gets Pickens back.
yeah.
But I feel like Pickens now is going to be competing with targets with big boy Mike Williams.
Yeah, he's definitely cutting one of them quarterbacks this week.
He got
Wow,
him.
got to. Um, also for the Survivor last week, I believe it. Yeah, Janilson got eliminated. So the last three that are available right now is Vic, Steve, and Stevie.
Vert
The
Vangel up in this bitch.
only three are available. So it's flying. Season's freaking flying. All right, let's see.
Yo, brother
So,
Matt, man, I want to give out some flowers.
oh, sure, man. Definitely trying to make it
Um,
more of a positive thing over here. There's a couple guys that did some good stuff.
I have a fierce rivalry with these two guys, but I've been looking ever since we joined the Sleeper app. So 2022. These are one of the best top half of the table. One is top two, and the other one's in top half of the table. Is first guy, Steve Dolphin Steve I freight. He's one of the top two win percentages in the league since we joined Sleeper. I don't have the the whole report on me right now. I'm just looking at the Sleeper.
Isn't it cool
He
that they have that?
Yeah, he's won 62% of his matchups.
Wow.
He's been a hot performer.
Wow.
The other one, controversial start to the league, controversial first two seasons, but the past 2 to 3 seasons, he's been actually one of the top players in the league in wins, playoffs appearances, and that's Stevie. So
Lawrence?
Stevie Lawrence, yes sir.
That is surprised. That's
I
surprising.
think a lot of guys got a sour taste in their mouth. What happened when the first year, 2 years, but I gotta give it to him. He never switched up his style, trading, moving, and going. And I'm looking at these stats. He's won 51% of the games, made the playoffs. He's about to make the playoffs 3 years in a row. Um, yeah, he's had playoff wins. A lot of guys, can't say that in the past 3 years,
Wow. Yo, dude.
including myself. I ain't taking shots at the league, including myself. So it's just like, yo, you gotta toot your horn out to these two guys, man, top of the
Yeah,
league.
that's beautiful. And I'm not even in the top half. I'm in the bottom half. Like I'm overrated right now.
Then
It's
you got the current champ that looks like we might have. I'm not gonna say we are gonna have, but he's a contender, so he's fighting for a chance to be two peat, the first two peat, and the person with the most championship in the league is Moose. Great year last year. Off to a great year this year. He's looking like he's a contender, gonna make the offs. Like, come on. And last but not least is I have Monty right above Stevie. 54% of his wins made the playoffs, making moves. He's on the Trader Joe diet plan, wheeling and dealing. Wheeling and dealing in all aspects, in the waiver, in trades,
Trader deal plan.
but his team just keeps getting W's. So that's
Th-
what matters, man. Getting
Yo,
W's.
it doesn't matter what it looks like. It just matters if you get the W, man.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yo, Kev's up there. Kev's number one.
Kev's number one, but he's not having a great season this year so far.
No, he's not. But yeah, that's great points, man. And all those guys that you mentioned, there's something in common with all three of those guys. Stevie, and Moose. They're active. They're active, whether it's trading or free agency moves. They're active. They're constantly trying to make their team better in whatever that entails. Spending fab bucks or gaining extra information to make the right moves. Sometimes making the right hypothesis to put the right guys in the lineup or trying to predict a couple things. Like I think that's the key component when it comes to fantasy. Sometimes it's like just not knowing the sport isn't what gets you the wins. Sometimes just being preemptive and making the right choice is part of that. You know what I mean? So that's it's a whole thing, a nice little pie that comes together all together. So
Yo, I want to clear one thing up, man. It was mentioned today, but it was mentioned a few times throughout the season, and that is Kareem Hunt. Oh, I don't know how Vic landed Kareem Hunt. This is how I landed Kareem Hunt. I believe it was a Sunday. Um, I got an alert on Twitter. Kareem Hunt is getting brought in to try to like. He's just getting brought into the facility to showcase. Right when I seen that, I contacted one of my son's best friend's father. His name is Pete. I contacted Pete and I asked Pete, I'm like, is this shit legit? And Pete said he's gonna be signed by Wednesday. He's a Chiefs fan, diehard Chiefs fan. Like his basement's red, Chiefs yellow, helmets autographed all over the place. He has an RV which he travels all over the city. And then he said he is not leaving that building. He may miss a week because of practice squad, to get caught up to the playbook and whatnot because he's a good blocker, good pass blocker. I said say less. So in sleeper, because he wasn't signed, he just got brought in for a visit. He was a free agent. I dropped the guy that didn't play yet. I actually dropped Madison that was supposed to play that night, I believe. I dropped Alexander Madison and I picked him up. I dropped Madison or Jacoby. It was a Raiders player that didn't play yet, and I dropped him. And then I got him that Sunday he was a free agent. He missed that. He didn't play that first week. He was on the practice squad. Then the following week, he got brought up from the practice squad, and then it's been good since.
Hey, kudos to you, man. I wish I had Kansas City Chiefs friends that pay attention to this stuff.
You
Shoot,
do. His name is Rob Cherry.
man. Let's not even talk about that. So, where do we go now? Do we go over these matchups?
Let's touch up these matches, man. We got a nice juicy week. I mean, every matchup is important now. Every match is important now. You're moving up and down the standings. So yeah, let's go through them.
So, myself, I play Kalu this week,
Bam, bam.
and it's a big game for both of us.
Any players on by? Doesn't look like it.
Oh yeah, he got a
You got Love on
he
by.
he yo he got some stud.
You
He
got
got
Chubb,
Kenneth.
Walker,
Yeah,
and Jacoby.
yeah. So those are big for him. Those are big. Um, right now, if it stands as called, he does have his roster out unless he makes some moves overnight. I have a couple choices I have to make because I have my guys coming off of bye. But yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm just waiting for Nico Collins to come off of IR. I'm hoping he's supposed to come back this week. I hope he comes back this week because I'm gonna need him. I'm gonna need him. I need this win. I, I I should be able to get this win. I feel good. This is not going to be an easy matchup by no means, but I'm locked in and ready to go, Vic. It's every game's a playoff game now.
Yes, sir.
No more games.
Day by day, week by week.
Yes, sir. The next matchup, you play
I play against Stone Cold.
you play against Stone Cold, and Stone Cold, he's
I
got
got
to
some.
be
I
he's
got
got to
some.
be ready to go.
I
Go
got
go
some
ahead.
players. I know he's licking his chops. Now, that will make KT's day than me handing me that L, making my life harder to make the playoffs. But he got some players on by. I got some players on by. I got some players that are questionable to play. But I'm ready to go. I'll be on the waiver wire tonight. Um, yeah, I'll be on the waiver wire tonight. Let me see. I got DK on by. DK should be healthy and back next week. And I got Drake London questionable. They're saying it's day to day, but you never know. DK was day to day last week. He didn't play. So
Oh, George is
KT
here. What's up, George?
KT got Gino
Yeah,
on by, and yeah,
yeah. He's gonna have to drop someone to pick somebody up, but there's options out there. Which one you pick? I don't know. Let's see. Um,
Kalu got four of them.
yeah, he's gonna
Kalu,
drop one of them. I think he's dropping one of them. I think he's dropping big money this week.
man,
Um,
I'm actually thinking about starting Westbrook Akini this week. Tennessee's number one wide receiver.
all right. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Next matchup, we have Trader Joe versus Fletch. Yo, I'm just gonna say this: if Fletch does not win this matchup, yo, his fantasy dreams are going right down to the toilet. I'm telling you right now. If he doesn't beat Steve this week, it's I think it's a wrap. fold the table, fold the chairs. Show's over. That's what I think, Vic. That's what I think.
Steve looks like he got a healthy roster.
Oh, he's ready to go. He's ready to go.
He got a healthy roster to pick from.
His bye weeks ain't till late. Yeah,
Fletch got Jacobs on bye. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
good luck, buddy. Good luck. Good freaking luck. One of the highest scores of the league. Good luck, bro. And then you got this is my matchup. This is the matchup I'm looking forward to. Janilson and Steve. This is what I was talking about earlier. Yo, you're going through the gauntlet. Yo, Ja's been scoring up big points for some weeks now. This is not gonna be an easy matchup. Not at all.
I love Burrow against Baltimore, man. Burrow
Yeah,
always
oh,
Burrow always balls against Baltimore.
it's gonna be a light up show because they
Tracy
can't.
against Carolina.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
let's see what happens.
yeah, it's about to be a party. Oh,
Pollard
he,
against Dallas. Not Pollard. Barkley against Dallas.
yo, I just realized that most of his players play on Thursday.
Who?
Ja,
Oh, he got Burrow,
Burrow, Chase,
Chase,
Flowers.
Flowers. I hate that, man.
Nah, yeah, I do not like the Thursday night games. I hate it. I hate it because everything looks good until they actually play the game. I hate that.
It's interesting to see what happens, man. Steve is a great manager, one of the best managers in the league. See what adjustments he does. He has Dobbs on by. We also have some players with some tough matchups. Let's see what he does.
He's a big boy. He'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Should be a good match nonetheless. Then we have George versus Monty.
Monty.
Why they got a low score on him like that? Oh, he got no Dak, so he's gonna have to go. He's got to go fishing. Then he got Tillman on bye week, JSN on bye week, and Brock Bowers on bye week. Holy cow! Okay. Oh, but he got Tyson Hill.
You starting Tyson Hill?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice start. I like that.
Yeah. And he does have other good matchups with his players.
Oh shit! George got McCaffrey in his lineup.
Oh yeah, he's back. Oh man, I think just catching Monty at a bad time. Maybe we'll see. Monty again, a good manager. Brees Hall versus Arizona
Puka.
should run through that. Puka should be back. Yo, figures right. This dude plays last week, scores 20 points, and then this week, freaking decides he wants to throw a punch at somebody. Like out of
That
all the
that
plays in the Rams,
that ejection was weak, man. That was I don't
I
know.
didn't see it. But like out of all the
It
like
was
he
like one
seems
of
like the
those.
nicest he
It
seems like
was
the
one of those
nicest
like
guy.
it's supposed to be a. It was how sometimes they mush helmets. It
Yeah.
was one of those, and then they just threw him out. The other players sold it. He was like going.
Uh,
So,
I think that's
but
weak.
hey, he got another week of rest up his knee or whatever he injured during practice. So he should be good to go with this
Yeah,
week.
and George has a bunch of good matchups too. So we'll see how that goes for him. Um yeah, man, that's a big matchup for both these guys. And McCaffrey coming back, throw him right in the lineup. That's what I would do. Shoot. Can't wait to fire him up on Dynasty. And then we have Big Moves versus Kev. Yo, honestly, Moose could end his season early. He might be able to sleep in Luxembourg with no worries if he doesn't pull this game out. I'm telling you right now. Look at that. Like when you play Moose, you gotta hope everybody's on bye week.
Hey man, you know what we want to hear, son?
Uh,
I think Kev might pull out this win this week.
There you go.
think he might can pull it out.
Upset Central, especially if London don't play. Donnell Mooney, it might be a Donnell Mooney night. Mr. Kittle and
Hey man,
bits.
Kittle's back. Yo, Rashad White's been looking impressive. Um,
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, Rico Dowell. Well, now we're I think it'll be a lot of running.
Yeah, maybe a couple guys get hurt on Moose's side. Lamar playing on Thursday. Oh, we'll see, man. We'll see. That would be a good upset, though. Wonderful. Yeah, man. That's all the matchups, man. We ran through them all. Um, we hope it's a good week. Do you think a lot of people are gonna be broke this at the end of the
Yeah, there's some nice players out there.
day?
I think there's gonna be some spending.
Hey, big spender.
Should be. Should be some spending tonight. Running backs, wide receivers,
I'm
quarterbacks.
here.
It looks like should be.
It should be a hot topic today. Man, I seen my guy was having a bye week. I said, you know what? Let me grab a quarterback now before I have to go fight somebody for one.
I'm rolling with Big Kirk, Big Kirko.
Kirk Bangs. Man, Sam Darnold has been solid.
You have Sam Donald.
I do.
You saw him last week.
I did. I benched Love for Darnold. But yeah, man. Um, if anyone wants to trade, hit me up. I haven't hit dudes up personally for the dues, but I'm coming. I don't want to text you guys, but I'm going to. The tax collector is here. Matthew the tax collector.
Guys, let's get our funds. Let's get our funds in. You
Yeah,
wanna,
let's
the goal is you win something, you get paid right away. Meaning, like in a
mm-hmm.
few weeks, somebody's gonna be winning
Yeah, some in a few
highest
weeks, 3
points.
weeks, highest points. And not even highest points, survivor.
Survivor. We want to pay them right away, and then
Yeah.
once the season concludes, highest scorer. We want to pay them right away. Best fantasy player. We still doing best fantasy.
Yes, sir.
We want to pay them right away. Obviously, after the championship, we want to pay guys right away.
Yeah. And also like if we want to boost up the money, we want to it has to be like a credit line. If we start getting the stuff on time, then we're more inclined to boost up the dollars and all that stuff because it's actually a pain in the butt to collect this stuff, man. A big pain in the butt. But before I forget, cough my lungs out. Um, you guys have a great rest of your evening. I hope you have a good week. I hope you get ready to be on the waiver wire. And guys, have a good night. Peace.
Fellas, God bless. Remember, day by day, week by week.
How do you eat an elephant, Vic?
Was it one one bite at a time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought
One
you were gonna
bite
mess
at a
that up.
time.
One bite at a time. Peace.
God bless.
All right. Oh man.